What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new tactic. Today, as promised, we have got Lewis Enrique's 4-3-3. Now, this tactic managed to win 98% of its games, won 6 trophies in one season, and scored close to 4 goals a game. And do not worry, we're not only testing with his current team, we're testing with Crystal Palace and also Almere City. So we are going everywhere, all different levels. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and whack the bell on. And right now, do not worry, it's not a paid tier. If you want to get your requests in, you can find a description link in the description, which will send you to Patreon, where you can comment any amount of tactics you want to see, and they will be getting priority. And again, it is on Patreon, but it is not part of a paid tier, that part. Anybody can request. It's just a lot easier to manage. Let's get into the video. So then, we are going to get PSG sort of out the way, because it is the powerhouse team, but again, it is absolutely vital that we do test with them, because at the end of the day, that is what this whole formation and tactic is built upon. Now, going into the French league, we actually do not lose a game, which again, we are Paris Saint-Germain. I am fully much aware of what that means. We're not exactly, you know, playing as the hardest team in the game. I am fully aware. I don't need to see a comment stating it. That is why we have put in a couple of more challenging teams to counteract that argument. Now, I will go over and say one thing, okay? It's still really, really impressive to come out on top and not drop, you know, well, we do drop a point, 2 points technically, but nearly winning every game can never really be overlooked, as we are going to have the most possession at 62%, the most goals, the most clean sheets, the highest average rating, the most goals, the most assists, the most clean sheets. It's French dominance. And super important when you actually consider a league performance is what you do in terms of stats. And, well, it's brilliant. I mean, 36 shots a game is something, isn't it? I mean, you're going to understand why we achieve that when you see the tactic and some of the instructions. Pass completion's amazing. Goals per game's absolutely fantastic. And conceded also absolutely rock solid. Now, this is probably the best stats we're going to see, because obviously we are playing as Paris Saint-Germain. But as a baseline, it's beautiful, as we are going to be in a Champions League final against Arsenal, which, to be honest with you, is not an easy game by any means of the imagination. But I was confident because I know how good this tactic is. And yeah, we'll watch the first goal, shall we? So I like to watch a bit of the highlights together, because we can see sort of how we deal with different situations. And you can see us regroup quite a lot there when they're actually on the attack, and it forces them to actually try and go a little bit more direct. It forces errors, and on the counter, we're an absolute menace. A ball over the top into JoshDaly, who is going to hold up the ball very, very well, take on his man down the right-hand side, take on his man again, absolutely toying with him, back into Dembele, on the edge, into Fabian, and that is how you counter-attack against the Gunners. Little set piece here, and a ball in, and I can tell you something right now, to go 2-0 up, and we are down to 10 men at this point, by the way. In fact, we both are. Both teams down to 10 men. You couldn't say this game didn't have drama. Again, Barcola down the left-hand side, a ball in back stick. It's a good clearance, but nobody on the edge. Hakimi picks it up down the right-hand side, taking on his man, not afraid to do so. Again, it's a good save, I believe, at the near post, but we just simply outweigh them. Wherever we are on the pitch, we outweigh the opposition. Mendes push it up. What's he going to do? Plays the ball into Bradley Barcola. A little cutback into Mendes, going to cut inside. Zubamendi clears, but once again, aerial dominance. Flicks it down into Hakimi. A little build-up now into Neves. What's he going to do here? He's going to take on his man, go down the right-hand side, a little cut in, a ball, beautiful space, and that's why you pick up and play Barcola. Of course, it's not all that we win, because we are going to go and win the Trophy des Champions in 3-0 fashion over Marseille. We go and pick up, obviously, the Champions League. We've seen the UEFA Super Cup 5-1 against Tottenham Hotspur, which is a absolute bloodbath. The Coupe de France 4-0 over Lorient, which obviously is a bit of an easier game. And lastly, we do, of course, little, you know, it's not the massive trophy, but the Intercontinental Champions. We're going to win that 5-0 over Botafogo. So at the end of the day, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trophies. It's amazing, but what happens when you test with Palace? Well, I'll show you the stats first, because to be honest, it's still really, really impressive. Palace are a decent team, but we have put up over 2.5 goals a game. We've only conceded 0.7. The pass completion is electric. Shots per game is electric. And with stats like this, I'm going to go top 4. Maybe not winners, but top 4. I'll shut up now then, shall I? Because, I mean, we are going to win the Premier League. Now, it was actually done with a ridiculous amount of draws. So, if Tottenham, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool have a better season, we may not have done this. But do you know what? We didn't lose many games. They weren't the prettiest games. I was playing a lot of the games on the defensive version. Again, there is going to be free variants. Make sure you are downloading all free, because for a team like Palace, you need that lower tempo, shorter pass and vibe, and clearly that is where you get a few more of those draws coming in. But if I'm winning trophies, I don't care. As we also that season go on to win the Europa Conference League against Mainz, which is really, really impressive. Now, obviously you don't play the hardest teams in this competition. Genk are probably beatable with a team like Palace, as are Fiorentina, although they're not bad teams really. That's a bit of an easier team. The league phase, we don't actually lose a game. Again, the draw's really saving us. And believe it or not, we've got one more trophy in the tank to show. That is right, a 3-1 win over Chelsea in the FA Cup final. A game where, to be honest, we outclassed them. Then lastly, over to a Dutch team. Now, this is going to be obviously in the second tier of Dutch football, and we are going to come out and actually win in the league stage. It was a little bit closer, but again, not really. Again, every single game was played on the defensive version. The Palace one, majority of the games were, but there was the occasional game of teams that below me I went in on balanced. But this season, every game done on the defensive version. So it proves that you do need more than one tactic to obviously suit every team. A lot of you guys are getting that now, which is really, really positive, because I do sit here for a long time and make sure we've got a variant ready for every team. And it's really nice, especially I'm getting messages on the Patreon all the time saying, look, this has worked, you know, can I tweak this, can I tweak that? And sometimes I say, no, do you know what? Don't tweak it, because it will work. You stick with it, you get your results. Patience is everything. But now over to the tactic breakdown. If you are enjoying, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you do enjoy rebuilds, make sure you come on over to Daily Josh. It's my second channel. We post on a lot of cool and realistic rebuilds over there. And there's also tactics over on that channel that this channel doesn't even see. If at all, they're always a little bit later, because we are playing so much Football Manager at the moment. We're doing daily uploads across both channels. So make sure you're not missing out. Even if you go just for the tactics, I don't blame you, because we've got some pretty good ones. Now, going over to this tactic, you want to play on a positive mentality and also utilize the clean slate. And we are going to go over in possession first. And yeah, let's get into it today. So the goalkeeper is going to be a ball playing goalkeeper. Again, he is going to be set to the default instructions, in possession and out of possession. So again, very, very, very simple. We are then going to use 2 ball playing defenders, default in possession, default out of possession, and the same story is going to be told for this player as well. So this 3 so far, very easy to copy. They are literally the default player roles. The right back is going to be a wing back on stay wider, run wide, dribble more, make more runs, take more risks, and simply more often and tackle harder. Let's not forget how blessed this PSG team are and the players they have when it comes to fullback and wingback. The fullback on the left-hand side, run wide, dribble more, make more runs, take more risks, more often, and also tackle harder. We allow our wingbacks and fullbacks to absolutely fly. They can fly as much as they want to, because when you got Hakimi, when you got Mendes, you've got to let them go sometimes, and that's exactly what we got very good at doing. Now, going over to the midfield, the DLP is going to come in, and he will simply be told to do his defaulted role with Mark Tyter being applied. Now, this is because I don't really want to overcomplicate the tactic, because it's very attacking, this tactic, despite it being, you know, tailored around a false 9 and sort of link-up play setup. It still is quite attacking, and you can go a little bit over the top sometimes. Now, we are using a role we rarely use, a midfield playmaker that really suited this realistic variant. Take more risks, roam from position, and also mark tight. And next to him, a default CM, a default in terms of the position. Then we are going to add on make more runs, shoot more often, take more risks, standard, mark tight, tackle harder, and more often. Now, I do want to quickly say at this part of the video, if you are interested in getting all of these Patreon perks, it includes every tactic I make, all 3 variants, a console and mobile version of it. We've got console and PC set pieces and now training as well. We are also also going to have rebuild files on there, ultimate save files, one-on-one tactical help, priority in the tactic requests, ad-free viewing, access to this month's giveaway that is £1,500 split between 10 winners, so everyone gets a piece of the pie. Make sure you come on over and check out the Patreon. There is still just about 25% off. Last week alone, 590 new people. I cannot stress the love I have for you guys who show the support, and that page will keep on finding new ways to give more things back to you, whether it's giveaways or whether it's new perks. I work relentlessly to make sure of that. So again, seriously, a massive thank you. Going on over to the front three. On the left-hand side, we are going to use a winger who's going to be told to cut inside, dribble more, make more runs, shoots more often, and also defaulted. On the right-hand side, an inverted winger or inside winger, dribble more, make more runs, roam, shoots more often, and simply default. And up top, the creme de la creme. The reason why this is the tactic it is, the false nine. Perfect. Move into the channels, roam, take more risks, dribble more, tackle harder, and more often. Do you know that Dembele meme when he's like that? That's what we want to do from the man up top. It works like an absolute diamond. Now, this tactic translates so easy. It's literally one for one. So the false nine becomes a track and centre forward. The wingers become track and wingers. The MPM goes to the CM. The CM goes to the presser midfield player. The DLP goes to the DM. The fullback and wingback go to the fullback. The centre backs go to the centre back. So there's not really too much to explain regarding that because it is quite literally a one-to-one change, which is another reason why it works so well, because there is virtually no movement from in and out of possession, so there is no confusion. Team instructions, we are going to go over in possession first. We are going to go with standard, a higher tempo, less often, counter-attack, wider, keep ball in play, be more expressive, play through, short goal kicks, play to the centre-backs, both flanks, balanced, both flanks, balanced, work ball into the box, balanced, low crosses, and balanced when it comes to goalkeeper distribution. And that right there will give you a perfect mix of high levels of possession, good attacking play, good supportive runs, and just having a bit about you. Now, out of possession, we're going high. Much higher defensive line, high press, much more often, counter press, much higher. Of course, we're going to prevent short goalkeeper distribution. It happens all the time in their games. Trap outside, and this one is going to be the default version. The attacking version is designed to get that little bit extra out of a team when maybe you're drawing 0-0 or maybe losing, you want to try and grab a point. Do stick around for the defensive one because that should be used with any team that's not like a PSG, a Bayern, a City, Manchester United. Let me just throw that one in there. That is a joke. The attacking version is still important though, and it is going to be simply bumped up to attacking when it comes to the mentality. Now, truth be told, there's not a massive amount of difference from the actual default version to the attacking version when it comes to the actual player roles, because there isn't too much you can tweak. So the only addition is adding really a channel midfield player in the midfield who is told to move into the channels, make more runs, take more risks, shoot more often, and simply the treble here. Nice and straightforward. We take away a little bit of the possession-based game and introduce a channel forward because we had the players to do it. Now, this will take away the certain, well, false nine link-up play, but if you are chasing a goal down, this can be your best friend. Dribble more, shoot more, make more runs, move into the channels more often, and tackle harder. When it comes to the wing-backs even, they are going to be the same because, again, everyone in this team was doing their role in quite an attacking way. Therefore, out of possession does remain the same. What is a little bit different is the team instructions. Now, personally for me, a lot of this was optional, so I'm not going to actually have it as the downloaded version. You can make these tweaks if needed. So tempo was one thing that I was tweaking a lot. If I was desperate in a game, I would go up all the way to much higher. That is in your court, that is. The time wasted obviously has to be on less often. Counter-attack, wider, keep ball in play. Be more expressive has to be on. Dribbling, I know, has made a big difference in actually turning this team from a very, very good frontline team to, well, if you've got these players, an elite level team. Both flanks, work ball into the box, and low crosses. Out of possession, again, we've gone really for it here. High press, much higher, much more often. Counter press, get stuck in. Trap outside, yes. I love that we've got two defensive line now because why not? Honestly, Can they release a flawless patch? I do not know. Very, very interesting. I mean, to be honest, this is just very, very bizarre. It does change it together, though. That's pretty cool, I guess. But the defensive version, that aside, this is where you're going to be using it with your palaces, your sort of underdog teams. And again, have all freeloaded into the game, because there might be a world where you start to dominate so much, but you don't really get the goal. And you want to go to the balanced version to get more out of your team when it comes to going forwards, because this tactic actually starts on balanced. And we'll go over the team instructions first, because it explains why you should have this a lot quicker. Essentially, it's a shorter passing, standard tempo tactic. You know, it's a lot more possession orientated, hold in shape as well. You know, if you look at be more disciplined, pass to feet, work ball into the box, discourage, you know, it's all tailored around a tiki-taka, you know, patient build-up play. We stick with like the wider, keep ball in play, the build-up strategy, goal kicks, distribution, supporting runs, all of that stays the same, but we have really just turned it from a quite an attack and output and tactic to a little bit more sort of switched on up here and really dominating the ball. Out of possession, we also drop the line a little bit, so high press, higher, much more often, counter press, higher. I keep reading this out twice, very annoying. No, and trap outside. Team shape, of course, we are going to keep it in the same sort of compact unit, but there are going to be changes. So the wingers, for example, are now going to be told to simply, on the right, dribble more, make more runs, roam, shoot less often, shorter passing as an inside winger. Out of possession, defaulted. The winger on the left, shorter, cut in, dribble, make more, and shoot less. And defaulted. The false 9 remains the same as the first variant. We now have not 1, but 2 CMs. On the left-hand side, make more runs and roam with shorter passing and mark tight. On the right-hand side, shorter, make more runs, shoot less often, and the treble here. He is still going to have that aggressive win-back mentality. The DM comes in, standard, default, mark tighter, tackle harder. The ball-playing defenders remain the same. The wing-backs, they don't. They're going to be defaulted in possession, and out of possession, they are both going to simply be told to tackle harder. The same goes for the fullback as the wing-back. Out of possession, we are going to switch to holding fullbacks when it comes to the wing-backs, or the fullback, should I say, DM to DM, CM to CM, wingers and inside wingers to tracking wingers, and the false 9 to a tracking centre forward. So that is going to be a breakdown of 3 versions of Luis Enrique's PSG. Again, if you do want to get your tactic requests in, you can click the Patreon link in the description. No, it's not paid, this one. You can comment on it as a free member, and you can leave me 10, 20, 50 suggestions. And make sure you are checking out the perks when you're there, because trust me, there's a lot going on. Genuinely a massive thank you for the support from this game. I know a lot of people are finding it hard to get used to this game, and I play, hopefully, a small part in making that more enjoyable. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you boys and girls in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day.